Food for thought. Sometimes we have to slow down. I think it's really easy just having a goal and then trying to strive for that goal, but then getting caught up in wanting more. There's a time and a place for everything. And I think there's importance of slowing down. Not every single thing has to be purposeful. Not every single action has to have a purpose behind it. Do not get me wrong. It is so important to be mindful of how your actions are and where they lead you. But I think trying to strive for something great 10 out of 10 times is unrealistic. Yes, you sometimes have to be delusional to believe you can get your goal. Every entrepreneur that's successful, every business owner that has made a name for themselves has been delusional, has been crazy enough to dream their biggest dreams. But they cannot admit to you that every single thing that they've done was an effort of 110%. And I think it all falls back to doing the marathon. I really like the saying, I like a lot of sayings, but I really like the saying, life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. I think it's really easy to have early motivation because it's new. It's something fresh. It's something that has dreams written all over it. But then sets in reality. It comes knocking on your door real quick. And that's okay. Sometimes we have to have a little knock of reality on our door. And that's not to say that we can't accept reality and still dream big. We can. We will. And we do. All of us have a dream. And we'll all attain it as long as we're willing to run the marathon and not just the sprint. I think definitely the other day I had one of those sprint moments that I was like full on motivated, determined, and willing to just drive. But I should have said the other day. And then yesterday and today definitely hit me like a truck of like reality. Then you need to slow down. And that's kind of why I wanted to like have the main point be to slow down. Because I needed a reminder to slow down. Because I don't know. I think I just definitely got a little overwhelmed today. And there were many things I needed to get done. I got done the main like 2 things I needed to get done. But I still have a lot to get done for like tomorrow and this week. Thankfully next week is spring break. And yeah. But I'm trying not to get caught up in that and trying to like stay in the moment, you know? You know how important just like being in the moment is, experiencing life, and like I'm trying to hold on to those values of like being here, being now, you know? But yeah, I think just like slowing down, because I was just driving back here, and I was just having a moment. And yeah, and I was just like, I gotta let go. I personally believe that there's a God. You don't have to. There's nothing wrong with it. You can't. Whatever works for you. No judgment. I was definitely like, I can't do this right now. I can't handle it right now. I was having a major moment. And I was like, I'm just going to let go and let God. And that definitely like helped the drive and definitely helped me like calm down in the moment and not like freak out. But yeah, I think it was just like I had to slow down and realize that like it's okay not to know, you know. And I think for me at least, I think it's really easy for me to be like acceptable of like other people of not knowing. But then when I don't know myself, I'm like, why don't I know? Why can't I know? Why don't I know? Because I see a lot of like my class peers, they like know what they want to do. They want to do like pre-health stuff, pre-dent stuff, pre-vet stuff, and I'm like, bruh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just taking these classes and I'm just like hoping for the best, man. Just swinging for the fences. And I don't know. And a really close friend of mine, we're like kind of close, we're like friends. She like was originally an athletic training major, and she switched to creative media, and I was like, I am so proud of you to take the leap of faith of doing that. And she told me the same thing that I said, and was that she is so proud and like thankful for people, or not thankful's not the right word, supportive. She's so supportive of other people that change their mind in their major. And that really made me think that like, even if I do want to change my major, like I should be okay with it. It's not the end of the world. And she's like enjoying it a lot, and she's having a lot of fun. And I think we all owe ourselves a little grace, because we're going at 1,000 miles an hour trying to get everything done, but then we don't give ourselves the own grace, but we give to others. I think that is another thing that like I'm gonna try to work on, and that like maybe could like open up to someone else's mind of a different perspective of how they treat themselves, is like how you treat your friends is how you should treat yourself, you know? Like if you're such a caring and giving and loving friend, you should do the same for yourself. And I definitely need to work on that, because I feel like I have high standards for myself, and I assume most people watching this have higher standards for themselves, and I think that we need to give ourselves a little grace and to slow down and be okay with not striving for the best, not doing 110%. Oh, this is what I was thinking. I listened to this tech talk, and it was this guy, and he didn't do very good in his classes. He was like a fine student, like an average student, and he was a average student in like college, and then he made it to med school. But the thing that he said was that he didn't give 110% every single day. He gave what he gave that day. And if that was his most, then that was his most. I think we have to go back to like life's a marathon and not a sprint. And that we can't give all of ourselves to a short period of time. Or you can't give yourself, no, not a short period of time. People can hustle, whatever, do your hustle. I should say, we can't maintain a sprint for a marathon. That's what I was going for. Yeah, you can't maintain a sprint for a marathon. And I think I definitely have this expectation of myself that I can just grind it all day, every day, without a break. And that's not realistic, and I assume other people have the same standards and thoughts of themselves, but I think I'm trying to learn that I can't do that and like maintain my sanity and mental health, and I doubt anybody else could for like a long time without experiencing like major burnout and mental health effects and just a lot of like physical and mental tolls on oneself, you know? And I think that just trying to go at 110% is not realistic, and that kind of going back is just like fine, that we don't have to give 110%. I really another reference, I think it was like forget what the reference was, but like I'm trying to like give credit to what I was like thinking of, but it was like this person saying like sustainability or like, sorry, that was like garbage falling. It was like maintaining or like, oh, consistency. Consistency, that's what it was. Consistency isn't about giving your all every single time. It's about showing up every single time. You know, like consistency going to the gym. You don't have to give 110%. You don't have to do like a HIIT workout or like lift super heavy every time, because that's not realistic. You can't physically maintain that without like increasing your chance of getting hurt, you know? And I think that's the same mentality of how it is when we live. We can't give 110% every single day, expecting to be mentally sane throughout that duration. And I think a variable of effort is what it takes in life to maintain the marathon pace, you know? And I think it's okay if we slow down a bit. And I hope you give yourself the grace to do that too. Because wherever you're going to be, wherever you're supposed to be, is where you're going to end up. Just remember to slow down. It'll be okay. Food for thought.